Whenever we work on any vast data and the data is not proper, we face lots of challenges analyzing the data. In today's video, we will see nearly 10 tricks of data cleaning. Let's start with our very first example. Our very first example is adjust numbers. Over here we have got a data, and when we minutely observe this data, the figures in order ID are not properly visible. If I'll click over here and will check my formula bar, the numbers are visible properly over here, but my cells are not able to adjust the numbers. If I'll increase the column size, then also I'm not able to adjust the numbers, and we face lots of challenges regarding this. So what can be done? We can select our data from top to bottom, or we can select the whole column, can press Ctrl 1. Format cells window will open. On the top, we can see lots of things like number, alignment, font, border, fill and protection. We have to go to numbers. On the left hand side, we have got lots of categories. So we have to go to number. On the right hand side, we can see decimal places 2. I'll reduce the decimal places as 0. We'll come down and we'll click on OK. And just notice, all the numbers are visible properly over here now. If I'll reduce the column size, then also I'm able to adjust my numbers. Let's move to next example. Avoiding errors. In my data, I have got rate, sales, and just after sales, we have got the quantity, and this is formulated. But in some places, I can see div error or #div error. Whenever Excel tries to divide anything with 0 or blank, we get div error. Over here, we have got 0. In some places, there's no figure and the cells are blank. So how to avoid these errors? Let's click on the top cell. Let's double click over here. Let's come in the very beginning. And we can insert the criteria of if error. If error, bracket open, we will come to the end, comma, double inverted comma twice for blank, we will close the bracket and will hit enter. Now we can drag this down and just notice #div error got vanished, and in these places we can see blank cells. If I'll put some figure over here, on the right hand side, we got the proper result. Let's move to next example. Convert. Over here we will see how to convert numbers to date and how to convert dates to numbers. Whenever we insert any date in Excel, Excel converts the dates to number format or general format, and we face this challenge on regular basis. On the left hand side, we have got the numbers, and on the right hand side, we have got the dates. Let's convert our numbers to dates first. I have selected all the numbers from top to bottom, means I have selected the whole column. Now I'll press Shift Ctrl 3 and all the numbers got converted to date. Now let's come to right hand side. I want to convert these dates to numbers or figures, and this time I'll press Shift Ctrl 1 and just notice all the dates got converted to numbers. In case you want to remove the decimals, just go to Home tab, come to right hand side. In the center, we get the option of decrease decimals. From here, I'll decrease my decimals. Perfect. And our work is done. Let's move to next example. Convert to percent. Over here we have got our data and I want to convert my data to percent. What will happen if I select my data from top to bottom and will go to Home tab, will come in the center. In center we can see the percent sign. So what will happen if I'll click over here directly? Earlier it was 21, now it became 2100, means 2100%. Let's undo this, Ctrl Z or Command Z. So the easiest way is click on any cell, we will type 1% over here, enter. Now we will click on 1% and will press Ctrl C or Command C. 1% got copied. Now I'll select my data from top to bottom. We'll press Shift Ctrl V. This shortcut is for Windows users. In case you are using MacBook, you'll have to press Ctrl Command V. Small window will pop up of Paste Special. On the top we can see Paste and below that we can see Operation. In Operation we have got lots of options. We have to click on Multiply. Come down and click on OK. And just notice, we got the desired result. Now we can press skip. Let's move to our next example. Delete blank rows. Over here, we have got many blank rows. Let me highlight blank rows for you. So these are our blank rows. And our target over here is to delete all the blank rows. So the very first thing what we will have to do, we will have to select all our data. Now we will press F5 or function F5. Small window will pop up, go to. When we come down, we can see special. I'll click on special. View of the window will change. Over here we get the option of blanks. I'll click on blanks, we'll come down and we'll click on OK. So all the blank cells or all the blank rows got selected. Now I'll press Control minus. Small window of delete will pop up. Over here we get four options. Shift cells left, shift cells up, entire row, entire column. We have to select entire row. Because our target here is to delete all the blank rows, means all the rows which are blank. Now we will do OK. And just notice, all the blank rows got deleted. Let's move to next example. Fill special character. We have got a data over here, but in some places we have got blank cells. And due to few blank cells, we can't delete entire row. So we want to put some special character over here. Let me highlight all the blank cells for you. So these are our blank cells. Let's insert some special character. And special character can be anything. In our case, special character will be no data. Let's select our data. Now I'll press F5 or function F5. Go to window will pop up. I'll go to special. From here I'll select blanks. We'll come down and we'll click on OK. All the blank cells got selected. There is one blank cell which is not highlighted. And this is our master blank cell. What we have to do? We have to go to formula bar and we have to type our special character over here. I'll type no data. Now we will not hit enter directly. We will press shift control enter. MacBook users will have to press shift command enter. And just notice, in all the blank cells, we can see no data as our special character. Let's move to our next example. Find and delete duplicates. In our data, we have got lots of duplicates. And our target over here is to put only unique values and remove all the duplicates. So we will follow two steps over here. First step is I'll select my whole data. So I'll press Ctrl A or Command A. Whole data will be selected. Now I'll go to Home tab. We'll come to right hand side. In right hand side, we get the option of conditional formatting. I'll click on drop down, highlight cell rule. We'll come to right hand side and we'll select duplicate values. I'll not do any changes over here. I'll just click OK. And all the duplicate values got highlighted. I'll select my data once again by pressing Ctrl A or Command A. We'll go to Data tab. We will come to right hand side. In right hand side, we get the option of Data Tools. And in Data Tools, there is one option of Remove Duplicates. I'll click over here. Small window will pop up. My list has headers and there are few more things. I'll just click on OK. Alert. 2 duplicate values found and removed. 13 unique values remain. Note that counts may include empty cells, spaces, etc. Now I'll do OK. And all the duplicate values got removed very easily. Let's move to our next example. Create a sentence. Over here we will use flash fill to achieve our target. On the left hand side, we have got names. Just after that, age and country. And I want to create a sentence using all three. So how to do this? Let's copy name over here. Control C or Command C. And I'll paste the name wherever I want. So I've copied it by pressing Control C or Command C. Now I'll paste over here by pressing Ctrl V or Command V. I'll double click over here. So I have taken the name. In case you want to type manually, you can. Now I'll type is, age is 27. So I'll type 27 years old. I'll hit enter. So my first sentence got created. Now I'll press Control E and all the cells got filled up very easily. We can check. In the beginning we have got name and in the center we can see the age. Over here we can see a small icon and this icon is of flash fill. I haven't added country now. Let's add country also. I'll delete all the things. We'll come to the very first sentence. We'll right click over here and we'll type from and we'll type country's name, that is United States. We'll hit enter and we'll adjust the column size. Now I'll press Control E and just notice my sentence got created including name, age and country, and we haven't used any formula over here, just a shortcut, that is Control E. Let's move to our next example. Cleanup formats. Over here we have got our data and the data is very messy. If we will manage this data manually, it's going to take lots of time. The simple way is we will select the whole data by pressing Ctrl A or Command A. We will go to Home tab. We'll come to extreme right hand side. In right hand side, we can see icon of eraser. Over here we have got a drop down. I'll click on drop down. We can see clear all, clear formats. I'll click on clear formats and my format got cleared. We'll come to left hand side. We'll insert borders. We'll take all the things in mid. In case you want to change the font style, it can be done. I'll leave it selected and will press Ctrl T. T is for table. Small window will pop up. Create table. My table has headers. We have to do OK and just notice a very beautiful table got created. We will have to manage few things like we will have to do the alignment of headers, alignment of serial numbers, alignment of numbers to left hand side, and all the things are done very easily. In case you want to change table style or color, click anywhere inside your data, go to Table tab. Table tab will be visible automatically when you will convert your data to table format. So we will go to Table tab. Over here we can see table styles. Lots of styles are over here. You can select any style of your choice. So this work is done now. Let's move to next example. Unstack data. Over here we have got country details. Details of first country is from row number 3 to row number 6. Let's click on first detail. This is in C3, means cell number C3. So details are in C3, C4, C5 and C6. Let's click over here. This is C3. This is C4. Let's drag this to right and we got C3, C4, C5 and C6. Let's come to detail of second country. This is C7, C8, C9 and C10. I'll click over here. We'll type C7 and we'll drag this to right. Perfect. Now I'll select all and we'll drag this down. Over here we will use a small shortcut and that is Control H, or we can press Control F also. In both the cases, same window will pop up. Find and replace. Find what? We have to find C over here and replace with is equal to C. Why C? Because all my details are in column C. Only reason I have taken C over here. In case your details are not in C and instead it's in D, you have to put D over here. Now we will come down and we'll click on replace all. Alert, all finished. We made 64 replacements. I'll click on OK. We'll come down and we'll close this. Just notice, we got all the details over here. What will happen if I'll delete country details from here? We lost our data. So what can be done? I'll press Ctrl Z or Command Z. We'll select all my data. We'll copy this, Ctrl C or Command C. We'll click on top. We'll right click the mouse, paste special, and from here I'll select values. These zeros are really not required, so I'll delete this. Now we can delete all country details from here and our data will not be affected. Let's undo this. Let's see our next example. Create mail IDs in bulk. We have got all the employee details over here, including first name, initials, designation, and employee code. And over here we have to create mail IDs with first name and initials. Let's copy our first name, Control C or Command C, and we will paste over here, Control V or Command V. In case you want to type it manually, you can. Now I'll double click over here, will come in the very beginning. A is in uppercase, I'll delete this and we'll do this in lowercase. Dot initial is A, so I'll put A over here. At the end it will be @monk.com. So I'll put @monk.com. We'll hit enter. So my very first mail ID got created. Now I'll press Control E. Control E is the shortcut of flash fill. As soon as I pressed Control E, we can see icon of flash fill over here. And our work is done very easily. All the mail IDs got created just with a single shortcut. Let's move to next example. Arrange data without copy paste. Over here we have got our monthly sales, but when we see our data in the very beginning, it's February and Jan is sitting in the center. In the same way, July should be just before August, but it's after August. And over here we are not going to insert any new column. We will use our trick, and that is, let's select our data from top to bottom. We can use shortcut also. I'll click on header, we'll press Shift Control down arrow key. We will come to the edge. We can see palm icon. What will happen if I'll drag this to left? I'll release my mouse now. We got an alert. There's already data here. Do you want to replace it? So we don't want to replace our data. I'll cancel this. I'll leave it selected. We'll come to the edge. Palm icon is visible. Now I'll press Shift and will drag my data in the very beginning. Dark green line is visible. Now I'll release Shift as well as my mouse. And my data got shifted. Let's click on April. Let's press Shift Control down arrow key. Let's come to the edge. Let's press Shift and let's drag our data just before May. Dark line is visible. Now I'll release my mouse as well as my Shift. Data got shifted. Same with July. We'll come to the edge. We'll press Shift and we'll drag this just after June. Perfect. My work is done within seconds without copy paste. Let's see our next and last example. Text to columns. All our data is in a single column, but we have to divide our data in various columns. Doing it manually is really not possible. So the trick what we are going to use is text to columns. I'll select my whole data. I have clicked on very first data. Now I'll press Shift Control down arrow key. Whole data will be selected. Our data is more than 8,000 rows. I'll go on top. Now I'll go to Data tab. In Data tab, we get the option of Text to columns. I'll click over here. Small window will pop up. We can see two things, delimited and fixed width. I'll click on delimited. We'll come down and we'll do next. By default, it's clicked on tab and comma. And in our case also, the delimiter is comma. So I'm not going to do any change over here. In case your delimiter is not comma and it's anything else, you can click over here on other. You can insert your delimiter. Let's undo this. So after inserting your delimiter, come down and click on next. Destination. Currently it's B3, means this cell, the very first cell where our data is sitting. But our target is to put our data over here, means in this cell. So I'll delete B3 and we'll click over here. Now it's C3. We'll come down and we'll click on Finish. Alert. There's already data here. Do you want to replace it? I'll do OK. Just notice, all my data got filled up very properly. In case I want to delete data from left hand side, we can do this because we haven't used any formula over here. I'll undo this. So these were the few examples of data cleaning. I'll provide the link of file in description box. In case you want to download, you can.